All right, welcome back. Now I want to talk about again this situation down there in Cincinnati and how people are responding to this. I'm talking about the racist white supremacists trying to control everything. They feel like they have the right to control everything. And in this situation, they're trying to control how people respond to their racism and lunacy. They want to be able to walk around and be as openly deranged and racist as they could possibly be. And on top of that, they want to control how black people respond to them. Y'all are out of y'all flipping minds. And you need to get some help. Y'all need to get your heads examined. You are not allowed to control how people respond to your racism and how people respond to your physical attacks, you retarded lunatics. What is wrong with y'all? Now, I'm going to skip right past this statement right here. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and share it. I'm going to go ahead and share because this speaks for that crowd of people. This is what they're saying. Oh, you didn't have to do all that much. It was just a slap. No, it wasn't just a slap.
Evening, providing more context. On Facebook, the user wrote, "This is the beginning of the street fight in Cincinnati posted in my first two videos. It shows how the brawl broke out. A white man slapped a black man in the face while others were trying to defuse the situation. However, I stand by my original comments and still condemn the level of violence that was used in response. Our children are dying in the streets, shooting one another because they don't know how to manage conflict. This was overkill. Of course, the man should have known, especially being outnumbered, that things were not going to end well, and he must be held accountable for his actions. But it still doesn't justify knocking that woman out, taking their possessions, or stomping."
That woman getting knocked out had nothing to do with this brawl in general. That's an individual situation. Go after that one man who knocked her out. It wasn't a group knockout. You didn't have all the black people there knocking and stomping on that white lady. One person punched her and then nobody else touched her. Stop trying to put that on everybody. These are the types of little snide tactics that they use. Try to project this lady getting knocked out as something that was perpetrated by all the black people out there. And that was a black thing. Oh, look at that black knockout. All those Negroes knocked this helpless white lady out. Shut up. Oh, God, it's so annoying. Just acting like kids. Y'all act like kids. You racists. You act like little toddlers. The things that you say come out of your mouth. And to the mammy who wrote this, shut up. This is a mammy who wrote this statement, in case y'all didn't know. Shut up, mammy. Typical playing your role of defending these racist, vile lunatics. Shut up. Shut your stupid mouth. This is why you are the enemy to black men. And this is why I made the thumbnail the way that I did. Because this brawl had nothing to do with black women. That goofy black broad had no business jumping into it because, she's irrelevant. Y'all are irrelevant when it comes to men getting into a brawl, and you need to stay out of it before somebody cock back and knock one of y'all out. And then your wig go flying, and then you be bald-headed laying out in the ground. Okay? This was a black male issue, mammy, so shut up. Okay? Now let's move past that enemy. I want to focus on these deranged, racist, white supremacists who started all this. Here's another statement, or I think it was a tweet by some Sambo, I think it's this is another white supremacist. This is another racist. Look at this. Why is this not being charged as a hate crime? If it were the other way around, a large group of thug white people attacking a black couple, we know that's exactly what it would be called. No, it wouldn't. There's never hate crimes. Whites are never charged for hate crimes attacking black people. Look at how she's just making stuff up, as if this is the norm, as if it's common for whites to get hit with a hate crime after they attack a black person. You're lying. So this is what they've resorted to, making up stuff and lying. This is ridiculous. I don't even know why she shared this on this video. Shouldn't have tried to make no content out of this stupid statement. But these are the reaches that they're making. And again, trying to control how people respond. A hate crime. Listen to the logic there. These white folks, from what I understand, look at somebody actually left a comment about, and I believe it. They said, it's my understanding that the incident did not start with the slap. It started 30 minutes before the slap, with the Russians, that female included, trying to start fights with random black people and kicking cars. If you listen to the video, you hear that black man saying, yes, that's my car, right before the slap. Did y'all hear that? Why do y'all think that black man said that? I'm talking about the black man in the red shirt who got slapped. Right before the slap, you could hear him say, yes, that's my car. So I believe that this is what was going on. You have some foreign white supremacist Russians, drunk, behaving like savage animals, racist degenerates, going around hurling racial slurs, kicking people's cars, acting like animals. Straight up degenerate savages. And this is what they're all trying to overlook. Nope. Nope. Not over here. Not on this little corner of YouTube. Y'all gonna face up to your twisted, degenerate, racist behavior. And that's all we're gonna focus on. Because had these white folk not been acting like racist degenerates, none of this would have happened. Okay? Said once he slapped the guy, they could no longer be ignored. This is what I'm saying. When he slapped that black man, he proved that he was out of control. And let's be honest, everybody knew that they were out of control when they were going around hurling racial slurs and kicking people's cars. That's the behavior of people who are out of their flipping minds. And look at how the black people initially responded. They tried to talk to the man. They were trying to be civilized. He's like, yeah, that's my car. Don't touch my vehicle. And they might have told them to watch their mouths as well. Running around hurling racial slurs. And then you think you got the right to put hands on this man and then tell him how he should respond? Because you see, this man and this lady, they were actually launching attacks against multiple people. You run around randomly trying to start fights, throwing racial slurs, attacking people. That is an attack on the entire black population that was present. And that's what they were trying to do. No, that's what we're going to focus on. That behavior right there. Don't tell us how to respond to lunatics, to sick racists. Get out of here, goofballs. Said clearly these Eastern Europeans were trying to incite violence. They should definitely be arrested, prosecuted, and deported. Now look at this. Look at this statement right here. It's always the same people being violent, seems like. A baby slap from an old man maybe deserves a smack, not attempted murder. Black culture seems to have a major violence problem. 9 out of 10, if someone is getting attacked or getting robbed, you know who it is. Sad. It really is sad. Black culture seems to have a major violence problem. When the whites started with the violence, listen to that. Listen to the logic here. This is why I don't respect these racist, white supremacist degenerates. They're slow and they're always willing to lie. They're in permanent, nonstop lie mode at all times. Want to project us as the violent ones, even though the white man kicked off the violence physically and verbally. Physically and verbally. Understand, when they were going around attacking people's cars and screaming racial insults, those were attacks. Those were attacks, you degenerates. See, they're so degenerate that they don't look at that behavior as attacks. That's not how they describe it. Oh, he was just drunk. He was just out having a good time. Shut up. Shut up. Shut y'all stupid, deranged mouths. Y'all, nobody should respect anything that y'all have to say if y'all willing to lie like this. So recently I found out foreigners can get a green card if they are victims of crime. I've heard this too. Due to those law enforcement officers and East Indians getting busted down there in Louisiana. Do you know some of these foreigners, they will intentionally try to provoke, especially black people, into becoming violent with them so that they could get a green card? That's one of their little scams. Go antagonize black people, maybe even physically attack them. Become a victim of a hate crime, and now you have a green card or an extension on your green card. Get out of here, man. And do y'all see how willing these racist white Americans are to side with foreigners over black Americans? Y'all peep that, right? They don't, I'm telling you, man, black men, we are on our own. We're on our own out here. Why would a group of people just run up on a crowd of black men at a jazz festival at 3 a.m., hurling racial insults and slapping them? Y'all answer that question. Why would they be doing something like acting out like that? Yeah. I take the side of the people who put lumps on these degenerates. And it wasn't all the black people were not attacking these white folks. They keep making it seem like every black person that was present took part in this. No. Didn't they only arrest like 3 people? It was like 3 or 4 people, like 5 at the most. And really, I didn't see 5. They're making it sound like, oh, it was 30 Negroes, attacking 2 people. Shut up. The deranged white supremacists and you coon, Sambo, white ass kissing coons. Shut up.
Hypocrisy.
Let's look at this next comment. Or a tweet. This one from a Sambo. Jeffrey Mead. I don't even know this coon shine. He said a group of black people jumped 2 white people in Cincinnati. Listen to how this white butt-kissing Sambo, listen to how he described that. A group of black people jumped 2 white people and you coon. Get out of here, Sambo. Is this an FBA coon? Let me know, because I don't even know who this dude is. He says sucker punching a woman and knocking her out cold. A group of black people did not punch that woman. You lying Sambo. You doofus bucktooth coon. She was punched by one person. Get your facts straight, Sambo. He said if the races were reversed, this would be on every major. It is on every major. What are you talking about? But since it's not the narrative they want, they'll ignore it. This was violent, disgusting, and unacceptable. Yeah, these racist, white supremacist Russians were violent. And their violence backfired. They started off being verbally violent and then followed up with physical violence. This man slapped a black man. You see, this is how the world tries to deal with black men. Look at this. Here's another one. I don't even know who this guy is. Listen to the delusion here. He said, if I punch a black person, I would be convicted of a hate crime. No, you wouldn't. Name the hate crime cases. Name them. Y'all don't get to just make stuff up. Make up your own rules and your own laws. See, these people still think we're living in the Jim Crow era. They still think we're living in the slavery era when they can just make stuff up, pull stuff out of thin air. Because, they used to do that all the time. Oh, you were looking at a white lady. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did that. And it will fly. They seem to have inherited that habit. Oh, if I punch a black person, I would be convicted of a hate crime when you have no cases as a reference. None at all. So shut up. Shut up, racist, white supremacist brag. Shut up. He said, if a black person punches me, I deserve it. On what planet? What is he talking about? If a black person punches you, you deserved it. On what planet? Look at this. If a black person punches me, I deserved it because of oppression I was never part of. What? These white supremacists, they're more obsessed with slavery than black people. They can't get their mind off of slavery. What are you talking about, dude? Nobody even made this argument. What are you talking about? This is how they want to be victims so bad. So bad. They always trying to accuse us of playing the victim, right? They're always. Even the coon Anton nicknamed it Victim Olympics. But yet, when you listen to the things that they say, they are so desperate to paint themselves as victims that they make stuff up out of thin air. What are you talking about, goofball? What are you talking about? You ain't talking about nothing. Okay? And what is it? Oh, Elon Musk said something too. And who is this? I think he was a governor or something. Elon Musk, look at it. That guy almost killed this woman. Aggravated assault. You see? This is what they want to focus on. So let's say we listened to these people who are trying to paint the white couple as victims. Let's say we listen to these people. Okay? How do you correct that? How do you correct that? Let's say the woman did not get knocked out. Let's say nobody put hands on her at all. And she was free to do whatever she was doing before she got knocked out. Whatever she did to get her knocked out. And let's say that the man did not get beaten down. So you have a scenario where this lady was attacking someone and the man was also attacking someone, slapped someone, hurling racial insults, attacking people's vehicles. That is where they would like everything to end. to have these racists going around attacking us and we not doing anything in response. That's what y'all want us to accept? Okay, let's say, now let's reverse it. Let's say we eliminate the actions of these racists. Let's say they were not attacking people's cars, they were not slapping people, and they were not hurling racial insults. If you remove their behavior, nothing happens. If you eliminate our behavior, if you eliminate how the black people responded, what do you have? Black people still being attacked, and that's how they want it. They want to be able to just openly attack black, because they're not talking about what led up to this. They're not talking about the things that this racist white couple did. So they're giving it a complete pass. They're saying that it was okay. What they were doing was okay. That's the world these sick people want. They want a world where whites get to go around attacking black people. And if we respond or retaliate, then we get painted as the villains who started it, who kicked it off. Get out of here. Y'all, this is one of the weakest arguments I ever seen in my life. And it's mind-blowing. There's so many media outlets, and I'll say public figures and people in general feel like they have a defense for this white couple. Y'all are out of y'all flipping minds. Keep your hands to yourself and preferably keep your mouth shut. Keep your hands off other people's property. This is what it sounds like. It sounds like these foreigners were trying to get a green card. Listen, this is degenerate behavior. If you're an affluent, hardworking person, you're not going to be out in downtown Cincinnati around a bunch of black people, kicking people's cars, dropping the N-bomb, and putting hands on people, attacking people. That's the behavior of the lowest level degenerate in society. These are degenerates. And they want to give all of that a pass. You're out of your flipping mind. This is yet another example of open, overt racism in this sick country. You saw it with that little 5-year-old being called a nigger by a racist adult lady. And then afterwards, I will say thousands, scratch that, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people, then white people, white racists, sent money to their GoFundMe, to the perpetrator, the racist white adult who called a black child a racial slur. They supported her. That was another open display of racism. This country, whites in this country are becoming more and more racist. That's what it is. That's simply what it is. It's a deranged demon that permeates through their population, and it wants badly to just be openly racist. They want to be open. Let's keep it a buck. The whites only town, that's part of their desire to be openly racist. While I believe that they should be granted, and I don't have a problem with it, I know that that's how many of them look at it. They're going to look at, hey, we're allowed to say whites only. Yeah, we're getting our mojo back. I know that many of them have that type of deranged, retarded brain, and they're going to be more emboldened to become violent. That's what we're dealing with here. They're trying to flip it on us, and they're trying to use this situation to fuel their black fatigue narrative and argument. Nope. This fuels the white fatigue. This is what we're sick of. That's what this couple did. They went out there knowing that white fatigue exists, that we are sick and tired of y'all's deranged white racism. So to get your little green card, you degenerate Russian, all you got to do is go trigger blacks. Go be an open white racist. Yeah, we're sick of white people like this. We're sick of this. We're sick of you vile racists who always start in trouble. Just a bunch of troublemakers. And then when you catch the beat down, you try to project yourselves as victims. You goofy, retarded degenerates. That's what this was. That's all this was. Y'all remember this? Down in Alabama, there's been so many situations, so many scenarios, I really can't remember all of them off the top of my head. But you had this black man who was doing his job. He didn't do nothing wrong. And who became violent? Who became violent? In all of these scenarios, these racist white supremacists are becoming violent. But yet you still have these people out here projecting black men as the group who initiates the violence. Again, that's why I don't respect nothing y'all got to say. You degenerate, racist, white supremacists, and all of you coons, you butt-kissing, white-ass-kissing Sambos don't respect nothing y'all got to say. And if y'all want to ride out, if you want to try to use this case to fuel your black fatigue argument, go ahead, knock yourself out. You just going to make yourself look dumber than you already do. I'm going to leave it there.